Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Sport Federation TV. Nice to have you with us. It's that time of the year where we, of course, see a lot of our athletes starting to wrap things up, and many sport codes and many athletes actually train right through the call it off-season in preparation for next year. Western Cape Cycling is, of course, one of our top codes. In fact, I think Western Cape Cycling was this year announced as the Federation of the Year, and certainly cycling in the Western Cape has made a name for itself in the last couple of years as one of the most proficient and well-organized federations in the country. And of course, cycling has many different sport codes, from around the track to mountain biking, and of course one of the codes that we don't often get in studio that often is BMX. So in studio with me is Sipho Mono from, let me get it right, Velokaya?
Yes.
Velokaya BMX?
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, Sipho, welcome.
No, thank you very much, man. It's great to be here, JP.
It's fantastic to have you here. And Darren Stowe. Darren, of course, BMX cycling champion. Sum it up for me.
Yeah, I've been racing BMX since 3 years old, so
yeah.
35 years and still involved, still having fun on a bike.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we're going to get into this in a second, but welcome. It's nice to have you in studio with us. I think first time for both of you. Sipho, just tell us about Velokaya BMX. What do you guys do?
Yeah, well, we're more involved in the cycling of it in terms of BMXing road and mountain biking. But just to focus on BMXing, though, is that we started back in 2008 as just trying to get into the BMXing scene, because that's where your little kids will actually start racing. Yeah. So we thought, let's rather get them into that before we start nurturing them into the road and mountain biking. And little did we know that we had some couple of talented riders who obviously have gone to represent their country abroad. And as I'm speaking now, 2 weeks ago, we had our first African champ by the name of Uyanda coming from Velokaya, where they were racing out in Zimbabwe in the Africa Champs.
Wow. And Darren, from your perspective, you say you've been doing BMX since you were 3 years old. I mean, that's quite a long time. Give us a little bit of a call it, for lack of a better word, a track record of where you've been through, coming through the ranks. We're talking about some kids that are progressing through now. Your competitive experience.
So yeah, I started very young in Durban at 3 with my brother. Raced till about 12 national on the national circuit. Took a bit of a break through teenage years, rode mountain biking. And then I came back. I worked for Velokaya, but in 2009, 2010, I raced world champs in 2010, and just been racing locally since then. And I went to Glasgow in Scotland in August this year to race BMX world champs, and yeah, that was quite an eye-opener.
And BMX has taken quite a few different shapes in the last 30 years. I think initially people thought it was just a toy bike, fiddle around, people get a little BMX bike for Christmas or something like that. But now we see serious BMX tracks, there's serious uniform, BMX bikes are next level from a technology point of view.
Yeah, I mean, BMX has been taken a lot more seriously since it was included in the Olympics. Countries, America, Australia, they've invested a lot of money into it. There's training facilities, and they've really seen it as an opportunity to get medals. So Great Britain have a massive training facility, and South Africa is going in the right direction. It went through a bit of a dip in the last few years, and numbers are not what they used to be. But Western Cape has grown. We had almost 100 riders last weekend at the Zone 7 Western Cape Champs. Yeah. So we're heading in the right direction, and I think it's a great sport to start with and for the youngsters. But even as you get older, it's not just for kids.
No, it's an amazing sport. I mean, and what it offers, I think you would probably attest to that, is what it offers kids to be able to do, kids and adults to be able to do. But would you agree with that, Velokaya? I mean, that's obviously one of the primary reasons maybe why you're involved in it, is the value that BMXing offers anybody who wants to get involved in the sport.
I mean, definitely so, and I think it's the foundation of any part of cycling. When you're a child, you know, the first probably bike you might get, training wheels, but the first bike that you'll get on your own is probably a BMX bike. And as Darren has just attested as well, BMXing has taken a shift and an evolution where the bikes nowadays have disc brakes and etc. and all those things. The technology is very much more important. It's not the normal bike that you'll get at your warehouse or your retail market. It's very different.
So how did kids get started? I mean, you know, if you want to play rugby, you probably start playing rugby at school. If you want to play football, you'll probably find a club somewhere. How do people get started with BMX?
I mean, with us,
Ryan had his brother drag him to.
yes,
Darren's had his brother.
Yeah, no, with us, it's you know, it's basically moving billboards. You know, so we don't announce ourselves. So kids just see our riders just riding along the streets, and they just want to be part of it, part of the program, and we just take them in. Obviously, the prerequisite to joining us, you have to be a school-going member.
Right.
We do not accept any non-school-going members at our facility. That's the foundation, and then you then choose which sport or rather discipline you want to participate in cycling, whether mountain biking, road, or BMXing. But obviously, we get to see more guys wanting road, but they also then transition to BMXing because I think it's probably much more spectator-friendly, where you ride around a track as opposed to a road bike just starting from point A and riding 80 kilometers and not seeing them until they come back to the finish line.
So it makes for a great spectator experience.
It is, definitely.
So Darren, tell us a little bit about that. I mean, Sipho was telling us about the activity itself. I mean, I've seen firsthand your Western Cape BMX Commissioner Rikus Miller showing us when they were busy building the BMX track in Hermanus. The preparation, there were bulldozers involved. I mean, a significant amount of time and effort and of course expense going into building a BMX track to the right specs.
Yeah, it's a fairly big project, and I think for a long time here we only had the Velakaya track and the Songa track in Kayamandi. Since Rikus got the Hermanus track going, there's now a track in Kraaifontein and Zone 7, so that's also helped to get momentum and head in the right direction. But yeah, it's expensive. I mean, the soil just to build a berm is, you know, truckloads, so there's a lot that goes into it. It's probably close to 300 grand to build a BMX track. And in Cape Town it's difficult. Our winters are quite wet, and summer's hot and windy. So
you got to build according to the specs.
Yeah, to build a track with the proper drainage in the right area, you know, it's not easy. But yeah, Rikus made a massive difference getting a track in Hermanus, and it just feels like it's grown since then.
Velakaya, is it mixed gender? Boys and girls can do BMX?
Definitely boys and girls, and the current African champ now is a girl, a 14-year-old. So we're trying to get girls on bike. We do have a program that we're calling Girls on Bikes, just to promote that, because cycling as a whole is a bit of a taboo in the township. So we're trying to change that notion and make sure that we have more involvement with girls, because we have, I think it's 90 to 10 in terms of what we get, the ratio of numbers with girls to with boys to girls.
So Sipho, just tell us if somebody wants to join Velakaya, how do they join? Have you got a Facebook page?
We do have a Facebook page. We have Instagram. We have Facebook.
Velakaya?
Velakaya, yes. So just go Google Velakaya, you'll get it. We're also out on our, on our website as well. We're out there, so you can reach out to us. But probably the easiest way is to get onto our Facebook page. Or sorry, social media. Just send us a DM, direct message, and then we'll get in contact with you.
That's fantastic. Sipho, thanks for joining us. We can't wait to see lots of pictures and videos from Velakaya activities.
All a pleasure, man. Thank you very much, JP.
And Darren, I'm sure we could have you in studio for another hour talking about all your experiences and your world champs, your SA champs. We wish we had more time, but thanks for joining us. We're looking forward to getting some pictures and videos from you guys.
Cool. Thanks for having us. Western Cape BMX also has social media, so if you want to look at the race calendar for next year, I'm sure it'll come up soon, and yeah, just come watch. First race in January. You don't need to bring anything, just come watch, and it's very cool as a spectator.
Where is the first race in January?
I'm not sure,
We're not sure yet. We got to look for the race calendar.
I think it's Zone 7, but the calendar will come out soon. Yeah, end of January.
Yeah.
It's great to watch.
Yeah, that's great. Right, folks, so look out for a BMX track near you. Zone 7, Kayamandi, Hermanus, Kraaifontein. There's a couple of BMX tracks out there already, and we will certainly be publishing on our side. We'll get the guys back in studio. We'll publish on our side the Western Cape BMX race calendar. And don't forget, if you want to get started, if you're in the Kayamandi area, go and join Velakaya. Those are the socials at Velokaya on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on their website. We're looking forward to seeing more people doing BMXing in the Western Cape. Great way to get started. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll carry on talking sport in the province. Don't go away.